It does make you wonder what the toothpaste can do to your teeth.
Yeah, they dump it in our water by the bucketfuls right
Yeah.
into your water system. So there you go. No, I thought that was pretty cool. Uh, Another thing going on. Remember those monoliths that were popping up all over the
Yeah,
place a few
yeah,
years
the
ago?
reemergence of them now.
Have you seen this yet?
Yeah.
Have you guys already covered this?
No, we didn't cover it.
Uh,
Um, Tyler
So
chose to break the story on his other podcast.
I got you. Well, let's take a look at them.
You can take a look.
Okay, okay. So these are the ones that popped up a few years ago, and this one right here has just been found on a hiking trail in Las Vegas. Brand new one. Pretty wild, pretty wild. Oh, Tyler's backstage. Boom. What's up, buddy?
Just in time,
Oh,
Tyler. We are talking about the monoliths.
ah. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been fighting the dishwasher since 9 a.m. this morning.
Were you wrestling it?
Oh, you have no idea.
What did Susan do wrong this time?
It's not Susan.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure.
Oh, yep. That's now the Las Vegas monolith.
Yeah.
And they removed it recently too.
Have we heard any stories of the reemergence of these anywhere else?
They really haven't found out who's done it though yet, or have they? I mean, some guy they claim was doing them as an art thing, but it's pretty weird how they just pop up out of nowhere and they just are sticking out of the ground like that. How the hell does he do that?
I don't know. It's beautiful. I would love for it to be legit, but the fact that it turned out, it's some guy doing it, I'm just like, oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, still pretty cool though.
I do know that they announced that they have removed it. Las Vegas Police Department removed it, so
That's weird. Why would they remove it?
I don't know. Here's this. Can I present this as a guest? I think I can. Here you go. If you can bring that up real quick, Rob. It's a statement from Las Vegas. Yesterday afternoon, we assisted with the removal of the item due to public safety and environmental concerns. The monolith is being stored in an undisclosed location while authorities determine the most appropriate way to dispose of or store the item. Bring it to my yard. Bring it to my yard. It is 77 inches tall and each face is 13 inches in width. It is made out of reflective sheet metal folded into a triangle, secured with rebar and concrete to the ground. It remains unknown how the item got to its location or who might be responsible. At this time, Las Vegas Metro Police Department investigation of the object or the circumstances surrounding it is its existence. There is no investigation. I was really hoping this will be legit, and I really hope it is, but
This would be a convenient story to tell the average person if they wanted to take it somewhere and research it. So here, this is what it's made from, supposedly, and it'll be stored in an unmarked location, undisclosed location. We got it from here.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to end up being something like the crop circle thing that went on, where a lot of people thought the crop circles was being caused by UFOs, and then come to find out some guy was going to show you, oh, this is how you really do it. So
there's the big Terrence Howard story going on in the news. We talked about it a little bit last week. It's almost like the rap battle of mega mind physicists and super geniuses. So Terrence Howard went on Joe Rogan's podcast and said all these, things to just change mathematics, and he called out in the process the other guy. Oh man, now I can't think of his name. Oh my god. The other super guy, the super brain, black dude with the curly hair. Huh?
Elon Musk.
No, not Elon. The space guy.
Neil deGrasse.
Oh, Neil
Neil
deGrasse.
deGrasse. Yeah, thank you. So he called out Neil deGrasse is what he did on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he said, dude, he said I sent Neil deGrasse all of this information about 7 years ago and 35 pages of stuff, and he just burned me on all of it and didn't believe any of it, and he threw everybody that I believe in under the bus, and so Neil deGrasse now is shouting back, right? So it's like this battle between them. So now he's responding. So Neil deGrasse made an official response basically to what Terrence Howard said about him. And his response was, yes, I did actually this did happen. He did send me, this work, and but he explained to him that the very first thing that he says in there is, 1 plus 1. He did send me,
equals. Sorry, I was sharing links.
What is it? So 1 plus 1 equals, 0 or 2, or he's made up his own math almost, man. And it makes sense to him, and it makes sense to a lot of people. But Neil deGrasse explained to him exactly that his little mathematics thing that he made up doesn't work, and he explained to him why exactly. And he said, because of this, one thing Terrence Howard said was, he told me don't call him back, and he couldn't look at me any more of my work. And I thought that was weird. So, but what Neil deGrasse said is basically, I told him that your mathematics, that you've come up with at the very beginning of your, these 36 pages, it doesn't work, and it's not true, and this is why. And he explains to him why. And then he says, I can't help you with anything else unless we agree on this. He's like, if you don't agree with me on this, statement, then everything else that you have written in this thing, if I cannot agree with. And he did say he was hardcore. He said, and you'll have to go to somebody else, because what you're saying right there is basically bullshit. So and now there's Billy Carson out there who is made an appearance now a few weeks later on Joe Rogan's show now, and he said a lot of stuff about the Anunnaki and things that I talk about a lot with you guys, these stories. And now there's people out there that are just tearing them both apart, saying that Billy's crazy as hell. They're saying Terrence Howard is crazy, or there's a whole other group of people that are saying that they're geniuses and that they're right about everything. And there's physicists saying even Terrence Howard is correct about everything that he said, but then there's other people saying, no, he's just crazy talking this just bullshit. And what happens, and one guy explained, is people, they get all this information in their mind from, and even I'm even guilty of it sometimes, maybe, and you get all this information that you gather, and then, you think you're an expert on a subject, and you're not. You're just lazy, and you're not really respecting science because you think but you don't know. You didn't do the science. You didn't go to school and become a scientist to know these things. You're just kind of making assumptions and throwing together things from all this information that you've learned on the internet, but it can almost be a weird little kind of disease. And these two guys, they might be guilty of just spewing a bunch of bullshit and, making it sound like it's important and real. It's a trip. You know what I'm talking about? You look like you want to say something.
Well, we all know Neil deGrasse Tyson is probably one of the most respected astrophysicists on the planet.
Mhm.
So if you show your work to him, but to him it looks like you have an answer, but made up the work to get the answer, it's just not going to fly. There has to be a basis. There has to be that foundation, and it's got to be solid for him to accept it. That's just all there is to it. And it either is, especially if it's math, it either is or it's not. And that's all there is to it. So,
Right.
If Terrence Howard wants to claim that he's right, that has a funky math, I don't want to say it's wrong, but I don't want to say it's right either. It's just different. But if it doesn't work, it's just not going to work.
Right.
That's all there is to it.
So let's see. We're going to watch just a little bit of this real quick.
I don't know much about Terrence Howard. I didn't hear about him until he was on Joe Rogan the other day.
Down with me and examine these patents.
Oh.
Examine the supersymmetrical systems that I've developed.
He has 65 patents for
Really?
these things that he's created and ways to manipulate magnetics, ways to reform planets, ways to dude, he's a trip.
Well, he was originally supposed to be. This is the actor, and it's interesting he's going this route.
Yeah, he's an actor. He sung "It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp."
Hard out here for a player.
It's hard out here for a pimp. He was in the movie, where he was a pimp, and he sung "Whoop That Trick." That was another song in the movie. Whoop that trick.
He was originally in Iron Man 1, and then he got
he was meant to be, and now he was Tony Stark's sidekick, right, in the movie. Now he's become Tony Stark. What's the deal with that? And he was kicked out of Marvel also. But check him out. Hear what he has to say about this plus stuff.
So I reached out to Neil deGrasse Tyson. I saw him at an event up front, at Fox. And he was like, "Hey, man, yeah, I'd love for you to come on my show, do my radio, do my TV thing. I would love that." I was like, "Yeah, but I've got something I want to introduce to you." And it was only 36 pages. It was a treatise.
You see that figure right there? That's the tree of life. And in between the tree of life, that pyramid right there, he grabbed the structure inside of there, and he's created these like structures, man. It's a trip.
And I told him it was controversial, and I sent him over the 36-page thing that had the wave conjugations in it, but
That's the structures that he created. He's made these into 3D shapes, and he says that they're wave conjunctions.
With 1 × 1 = 2. And he went in on my treatise,
redlined his ass.
Attacked that I had
That's what he thinks. I mean, this
Walter
is his
Russell and
thinking.
Victor
And
Schauberger,
he's explained it, and it kind of makes
John
little
Keeley
sense.
and Tesla as the people that I looked up to.
Yeah, those are all people that he looks up to, and 2 of them were crazy. And Tesla, a lot of his stuff was never really proven to work. Like he was like, they didn't have a lot of proof of like any of this stuff that these guys.
A lot of the stuff that Tesla came up with was stuff that would have allowed us to have like free electricity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Money came into play, so he got squashed.
Yeah, they were a lot of it was ideas though. A lot of it was never really brought to life, and a lot of it was really dangerous. Like his technology that he created. Yeah, he could send a signal over to another tower, but it also fry everything in the path, and destroy and melt anything in the path. So it wasn't perfected or anything. But anyway, go listen what Neil says. If we can get
attack them.
Breakdown here.
But then he started attacking, the 1 times 1 equaling 2. Because I asked him, I said, under what conditions? I said, it's illogical where the square root of a number added to itself will equal more than that number squared. But that's what happens with the square root of 2. That's what happens with most of the numbers. I was like, how is it that multiplication?
It's got his.
If it means to make more.
He thinks he's smarter than Einstein. He thinks he's smarter than everyone.
1 times 1 equaling 1 part of the multiplication table. Now, I understand that if you're seeing it 1 time.
This may be a disease.
But we call that once.
You think you know.
But the moment that you had that add the times in there, that multiplicative indicator, that means there's more than 1. So now each equation.
Okay, so let's go ahead here.
That equal sign is supposed to show that there's a balance between these 2 numbers over here.
Yeah, I kind of want to hear Neil's response to all this.
What happened to the other one in this equation?
This stuff's a trip, though. The void stuff, these figures he made. Oh, God dang it. After this commercial.
This episode of Weird Frequencies brought to you by this weird game.
Weaker track.
You see these shapes he's created?
Just like a photon, and guess what? It has 30 poles. This looks like what happens in nature. So I was like, okay, so they gave me the patents to this, but you'll see that there's 6 unaccounted electrical poles to it. So I was like, what happens when 12 bubbles meet another stable structure?
Okay, so this is his stuff that he said, right? So Neil deGrasse now here's somebody saying Neil's wrong about Terrence. Of course, here's Neil responding to Terrence now.
All right, this gotta be good.
Yeah.
I say this is false. I say this is false. The light in the mirror appears dimmer than the source of light itself for several reasons, starting with the fact that no mirror is 100% reflective. But more importantly, the candle in the mirror is always farther away from you than the candle
itself. This is
itself.
number 6.
So
this isn't
the light
hold on, sorry.
It's because you're looking at TikTok. I'm sure YouTube probably has.
Yeah, let me jump to YouTube.
Focusing on.
It has the real one.
Yeah.
This is it.
Name check because 8 years ago, he sent me a 36-page treatise.
And it was only 36 pages.
So this is Terrence Howard attempting to reinvent mathematics.
I think that's it in his hand right there.
A little backstory there. I took initial interest in Terrence because my mother said to me, do you know Terrence Howard? I said, yeah, I know. The actor? She said, yeah. Well, I heard him interviewed on NPR. On there, he said that like when he was a kid, he wanted to be like a scientist and study the universe. I said, well, that's cool. Okay, maybe we'll get him on Star Talk. We love talking to celebrities who have a soft geek underbelly. At the time, I didn't quite know how to get in touch with him, but we met at something called the Upfront.
So, okay, hold on now. Let's get into where he
presents their next season's
hold on.
2. So I lead off by saying, this is an ambitious work that is a clear indication of a restless, active mind.
He's basically telling them right there, you're fucked up, dude. This disease I'm talking about, this, affliction that people get, this is it.
Within these pages, however, there are many assumptions and statements that are underinformed, misinformed, or simply false, thereby compromising or nullifying many of the subsequent conclusions you have drawn. That's exactly what should happen in a peer review out of respect for one another's intellect. It opens with a quote from Terrence. It can never occur that the square root of a given number, when added to itself, is greater than the initial number squared.
Boom.
For that would expose a loose thread within the fabric of our understanding, a loose thread capable of unraveling the very ground rules of mathematics. That's a bold statement. So then I just say, this opening thesis is false. There are plenty of examples of this that have escaped your attention. His statement is shown to be false for every number that's less than 1 and greater than 0. For example, the square root of 0.64 is 0.8. 0.8 is bigger than 0.64, and it's a larger number than the original. And 0.64 squared equals 0.4096, a smaller number than the
So
original.
he goes on to tell them
I note that
Hi, we're Visible.
that
the
he
wireless
basically
company that
can't
makes
help him
things
anymore.
visible. With us, what
And
you
his
see
pictures
is
are
what you
pretty.
that to be a genius is to be misunderstood, but to be misunderstood is not to be a genius. The work of Russell, Walter Russell, has eluded any experimental support, and the work of Keeley is generally not reproducible. Science is about
So he's
reproducibility.
slamming his heroes right
Complete
there. So
and practical.
hold
Just because
on.
you
All right.
remain
Yeah.
handcuffed to, right?
Packed it so with
Again, there's nothing wrong with a failed idea. Now other people know to not do it, right? That has value. If we place a candle in front of a mirror, the measurement of light, so the light meter will evaluate what you have done and solicit their comments.
There we go.
In any
Look at
derived
this.
from them are beautiful, regardless of how they were derived. My notes have been strongly critical of your reasoning and conclusions. I was candid and blunt out
This
of
is
respect
hardcore right
for the
here.
energy you have clearly invested in this work. But if you're sure that you are still right and that I have completely misunderstood your thesis, then you will need to look for another person to evaluate what you have done and solicit their comments. In any case, like I say above, the images and illustrations in your final pages are beautiful works of art, unlike any I have seen.
He's encouraging further
So,
peer review.
That's
There's
what I'm getting
nothing
off it
wrong
too.
with it.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm getting. He's like, he's sitting there. He's encouraging, like, recheck your work. Keep trying. You have good
At
ideas.
the end there, yeah.
Yeah.
That there's nothing
And
wrong with failing. Try again.
There is value in the failure itself as well.
Yeah.
You learn how to not do something, like how to not create the light bulb or whatever. There have been errors like that.
Yeah. You can't just come along and read a bunch of stuff on the internet and claim you're a scientist without, you got to go to school a little bit. Yeah, that isn't fair to that isn't respectful to the actual physicists, you know what I mean, who have taken the time to, just going, oh, I'm a physicist all of a sudden, and I don't know, but and he's going about it in a weird way too, like a real, proven. I mean, a real scientific idea like this has to be peer reviewed, first of all, and then after that, after they tear you apart and prove or disprove your theories, then you publish it in like a scientific journal, or you don't go on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if you took what Neil deGrasse Tyson suggested and went back and applied some of that to it, then progress would have been made.
Exactly.
To get another peer review. Once again, more progress is made.
Yeah.
Instead, you go on Joe Rogan.
Well, with Joe Rogan
and blast him about it.
Yeah, with Joe Rogan, he does get a lot of scholars. Neil Tyson's been on there multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
But you would figure, let's say you have this research and you want to present it to Neil Tyson, which obviously, it's hard not to. Let's agree here. The guy is probably one of the most brilliant minds of the 21st century. You don't go on there, like Adam's saying, and just blast Neil Tyson saying, dude, he's wrong. No. You go talk to him and just figure out, okay, this is what I think. What am I doing wrong? And do you concur?
Yeah.
Then you get this back and forth you get that we have going on with what's happening now.
Gotcha. So I was just looking at the comments. Let's see. What else? What else? Be back in a few minutes. What's happening, my homies? I like that. People are just kind of hanging out, chatting. Right on. Jennifer, what's up? Jennifer. I love Jennifer. She's my very favorite listener ever. Pretty much. No, just kidding. No, I'm not. Ellen, what's up? Skeletor, Chris, right on. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. Sorry,
I get very cautious when Skeletor's on here.
yeah, watch out
He's-
for Skeletor.
He is one of our He is one of our listeners on the
runs
other
off.
show, and this man.
Skeletor on this show, though, has been very helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's had good comments. I remember him. Yeah.
So-
He's been minding his manners over here in this chat. He probably won't now though. Skeletor. So anyway, that's the big battle between the physicists that's going on right now. Physicists and people who are claiming to be physicists, actors, yeah. So
How many patents does Terrence Howard have again?
he has like 50 something, 56 or 65 or
I'm curious.
they're real and you know they're on these shapes and there's also something about AI. Go ahead, Adam.
It's like you have to realize you can get a patent for something even if it's disprovable.
And in
So
fact,
it means that if it gets to that point, you already own that property.
yep, and he did something with AI where he described AI perfectly, and now a bunch of companies had to pay for his copyright of the description of AI, including Microsoft and Sony and a whole bunch of them. He lists them all, you know.
I actually looked up some of the patents here. In 2010, Howard applied for a patent in 2010 on a system and method for merging virtual reality and reality to provide an enhanced sensory experience.
That's right.
So
How?
What year?
In
are we
2010.
talking augmented reality?
I
then?
think it's
Or-
more like Matrix is what he's
He described it. Yeah, he's describing virtual reality, and like, yeah, it's like they had to like I don't know if they had to pay
All right.
him or what, dude.
Let me see.
Dude's a smart man. I mean,
I
I'm not putting
have-
him down or anything at all.
I have the list of patents here that he's gotten over the years. Would you like to hear some of them?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so first of all, in 2004, there was the production of chimeric antibodies, a process for the production of chimeric antibodies preparing a replicable expression vector, including a suitable promoter operably linked to a DNA sequence comprising a first part which encodes at least the variable region. So he's patented a type of antibody that disguises itself as one thing and is capable of doing something else. In later that year, he also did gaming or amusement machines. A gaming or amusement machine has a dice or other multifaceted symbol carrying body, which is in the region of the viewing station of the machine. One embodiment uses only a single motor or a single sensor. Gaming machine real support structure. A reel for a gaming or amusement machine has a support structure for supporting a real strip of significantly low moment of inertia than standard reel drum. Let's get to the stuff that's really good. I'm seeing a lot of stuff with like gaming machines and reel supports. Okay, there's a virtual reality. Here's the one that he mentioned. He patented it with what he's going through right now with the Gross.
Uh-huh.
Let's see what else have we got here. Systems and methods, all shape modified building block application, but doesn't say what that patent's for. What in the hell is this one? Nuclear envelope of virtualized process information stored into an organic structure. The idea. Sounds like something out of a movie. This has to be something he did for a movie.
Sounds like turning a person into a jump drive.
Something like that. Yeah. The idea of being able to use certain energies and signals to transfer a human's body and or consciousness into an artificial plane or existence while reversing the process at the same time, creating a nuclear envelope that is mostly organic for artificial intelligence. What in the
Sounds very Matrixy.
This sounds Matrix. This has to be something he made for a movie.
He's
He's like, you know what? No one has a patent for that. I'm filing for it for the eventuality that it could happen.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're filing this patent, don't you need to prove it works?
okay.
No.
So look at this.
No.
This is an object that this is a full circular motion remote flying device that he's invented, which this is pretty impressive.
The lynch.
That he designed in those videos, those animations. Watch out, flies. It rotates around its own core. That's the way he described it. Those shapes, that shape right there is Terrence Howard's design that he created from the Tree of Life. And see, the Tree of Life, remember how I told you a lot of these old structures were created using sound waves, and the Tree of Life's kind of associated with them, and he's using that and saying, decoding it kind of is what his thinking is, I guess. But yeah, so there's his flying device. He says, some things about planets. He says that planets are almost spewed out of other planets, and and he also says that he's recreated these planetary. He's recreated Saturn. Hold on, Saturn. It's a simulator. Here we go. Listen to this.
It's a healer. And he's got this big,
right after this message,
sniper rifle. He's got
Gallery.
He's got his sniper rifle.
This episode
Man, I hate these
brought
kind of
to you
games.
by Gallery.
Do
Play
not
as a
play
quick
this
with a big
game.
sniper rifle.
Horrible.
Whilst inspiring recovery upon.
So you believe that the sun is the origin of these planets?
Of all the planets. Every solar,
they all
every
spewed
solar
out
system
of the
within
sun,
its
he
solar
said.
system gives birth to all of these other planets. This is what Walter Russell had talked about. This is what Neil deGrasse and they attacked him for, because he talked about the drift, this natural drift.
Neil deGrasse said
And
that guy was
wasn't
out
it
of his
more
mind,
didn't make
basically,
more
and none of his
sense,
shit was
and
ever
they didn't
proved.
have the idea of dark matter and dark energy then.
Right.
They didn't even come up
So,
with
where's
that.
the simulator?
And now
He
we
shows it.
understand
Yeah, here we go.
4% of the universe is visible.
Right.
And in effect,
Okay.
it's an effect.
Okay.
without any gravity. And you'll see that you get a surface of the sphere on the inside with the heavier particles. So the colors of...
Are you basically saying, is this saying that you guys could recreate planets?
Yes, this is a particle simulation of the physics involved in making up the
just
planet
physics and-
Saturn.
Oh.
Like all the... Yeah. So the heavier particles are creating the red and the green here where the hexagon is. And those are the heavier ones creating the pressures.
You can stop it. Now what, so
Go to that image.
like if you picture dropping a pebble into a pond
Mhm.
or a pool, everything expands in these longitudinal waves,
Right.
perfect spheres, unless there's something else in there. But when it hits the edge,
Check the shirt out.
it all starts bouncing its way back. And when these returning waves meet
Is that the tree of
expanding
life?
waves, that's when we
Is
get our first
pendant?
geometry.
I think
So
it
this is the
isn't
proof
it?
that the
Yeah.
universe is not infinite, but finite, because you
So,
could not
yeah.
have shape.
There you go.
So wait a minute. Okay, so he's claiming that the sun creates planets.
Yep, and then all these planets have spewed out of the sun, like almost pooped out. They're making fun of him all over the place, saying planets poop out of the sun. And other planets poop out of other planets, he's saying.
I would like to.
Which makes no sense. I mean, how's I'm going to shoot out of a planet and then start orbiting? The moon, he says, shoots out of the Earth and then appears, and then all of a sudden it just starts orbiting. That doesn't make sense.
My thought on that theory is, if we're talking about the sun, why can't other stars that we've identified do the same thing? And then you just have crossing waves, not reflecting waves.
Good point.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, like the star Betelgeuse, huge red giant. Why can't it do the same thing our sun can do?
yeah.
Just as an example.
Yeah. I don't know. The whole sun spewing planets thing, I'm looking at, I don't believe that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to see more evidence and more proof and findings that he has claiming that, yes, this is what happens.
Yeah. Well, everybody.
Then he'll start getting people to side with him on that. But I think at this point, there's not enough there, definitely.
It's like, support's like half and half. There's definitely people on the internet that are supporting him 100%. And there's other people that are saying he's just crazy. So you don't know who to believe.
He has to be supported by the science and the math. And he's not.
Yeah, Neil just tore him up, didn't he? I mean, you got either who are you going to believe, this actor dude or this actual real
Neil could.
Well, I mean, okay, so
there's people that don't like Neil too, though. Say he's a big sellout and he doesn't say the truth that he really knows about things. And
the thing is,
I've heard things like that about him. He's the shill.
The thing is that if you let me put this in perspective, like I explain this the best way I can explain it. Decades ago, there was a thesis released stating that dinosaurs could have been warm-blooded instead of cold-blooded. Okay, a lot of people were like, "No, that can't be. They were reptiles. They were cold-blooded." As they started doing more and more research and releasing their findings and back-checking it, they realized, oh shit, they were actually warm-blooded reptiles that really technically shouldn't exist, which gave way to the whole them being more hybrids of birds and reptiles. The problem is that took decades of proof to explain. So let's say hypothetically Terrence is correct. The best way to actually explain his, prove his thesis or have it checked, he's got to release all of his facts.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's released his facts. He did this on Joe Rogan, which again, Joe Rogan gets a lot of smart people on there to talk about stuff, but normally they're talking about stuff they've already released, not stuff that they're.
You don't release it on Joe Rogan's show. No. You're a real scientist.
Right.
And that's kind of what he did, sort of. But then real scientists are like, no, you don't do that. Ellen said he has a fixation on Neil deGrasse. That's for sure. Yeah, he has for years. Yeah, he wants to be Neil, doesn't he?
I wouldn't be surprised
Neil
if he
Jr.
goes home. He goes home and tells his wife, "I'm home. Call me Neil Tyson deGrasse from now on."
Yeah. House call him that. So you're right, Ellen. What's up with that? So anyway, go watch that interview. If you want to either have your mind blown or warped, or I don't know. It's some. I mean, it's some cool information, and I don't know. It's what to make of all of it. It's like I need to watch it play so much.
I'll remain open to it, but Terrence Howard needs to put in more work.
Yeah. After Terrence ripped him apart,
he needs to not stop and getting other people's input.
That must have been,
and not just shutting people down because they disagree.
Yeah. You should have listened to him.
Yeah.
You should have read that Red Writing.
The biggest way to actually prove your thesis and also to maybe create new theses that are correct is to have debates, but open debates. Like I can sit here and argue with Adam 24/7 about most of the UFO videos we've seen and how they're real and how they're fake. And we all know there's some he'll look at. He's like, Tyler, that's bullshit. It's a drone. It's a drone. And there's some he'll look at where he's like, I don't know. That's the best way you're going to figure that out is actually to debate it, not sit there and shut someone down, but actually explain. Well, look, it does this. That.
Yeah. If I have an opinion, I observe the right to be wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. I got a couple oddball things left to wrap the show up. Unless you guys had anything else you wanted to cover tonight, or what's up?
I got one that I saw Skeletor mention in the chat. I've seen it, but I've got to find it.
Okay, then I'll run one of these. Watch this. So this is a, just part of Weird Frequencies. Towards the end of it, I like sometimes just to show weird people, or weird music, or weird quirky things. And here's one of them. Maybe.
How to Make a Hat Entirely Out of Dried Cucumber by Zandiloquence Bizarre the Absurd. And it's now available on Amazon. The link is in the bio if you'd like to buy it. But what you should know is that this book is just book one of a series of books on how to make a hat entirely out.
Yeah, let's get this clear. This is not a book on how to make a hat out of a dried cucumber. This is the first in a series of books about how to make
contents for the series. Right. It's a 68 volume set.
That's right. So he's trying to make that clear.
Out of dried cucumber. So what I'd like to do now is read you the book, so you can know whether or not you want to invest now, or when I release a bigger book that is kind of an anthology. So here we go.
Check those hats out. You can eat them.
How to Make a Hat Entirely Out of Dried Cucumber by Zandiloquence Bizarre the Absurd.
His name, too.
How to Make a Hat Entirely Out of Dried Cucumber by Zandiloquence Bizarre the Absurd. I'm going to suffer if I don't make another cucumber hat. This cucumber hat is old and done.
Again, this is not telling you how
it's
to make a
old.
cucumber hat.
These are my hats made entirely out of dried cucumber. And this is my book, How to Make a Hat Entirely Out of Dried.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Now that's a theory I can stand behind. No.
That's a book series. Somebody made a book series on how to do that.
That's right. And there's videos later where he's addressing the fact that people are complaining that was not a book, that it did not show them how to make a dried cucumber at all anywhere in the book.
Video.
He says, clearly I said this is the first in a series, and you have to buy them all.
Try them all and see how the story ends.
He's a marketing genius. Although I'm sure how many has he sold?
He's a marketing. He may be a marketing genius, but he's nowhere near as good as that cool girl.
Well, no, she was stupid because she hasn't made money off it yet.
No, she's made money. They reveal she's made money off of this.
There was a girl at the NHL, I think it was finals, who flashed a camera. She rooted for the Oilers. She ended up with a deal from Playboy and is now a cover girl for them.
Nice.
She made money.
Have you heard of this, Rob? This big meme going around?
Oh no. Oh no.
It is the dumbest meme I've ever heard. So I can't find the video. I know what Skeletor is talking about. I'll find it for next week because I know exactly what the videos are. But
So let me break it down for you real quick. It's a bartender who asks girls questions on the street.
Yeah.
He walked up to this random girl and asked, "How do you keep it spicy in the bedroom?" And she replied, "Well, you hot tooey on that thing."
Poo on that thing. You gotta do it correctly. Spit on that thing. It has
taken the internet by storm.
Yeah.
For a lot of wrong reasons. Depends on how you take your reasons, but
So
I don't know where these videos are. I had them.
All right, I got one more waste of time. Here we go.
Go right ahead. We do got some Bubba files.
The easiest way to make cotton candy, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder if this is real, but here we go.
Jello all over the floor.
Step 2, vacuum up the Jello.
Yeah.
And look, you can already see it starting to form.
Empty
through friction.
and enjoy.
It's
No.
all.
Oh no!
Delicious.
No! Are you?
Did you see it was all brown? You'd
Yes,
have to buy.
I saw it was brown. Why?
You'd have to buy a brand new vacuum cleaner just to do that. Well, no, that one you're still sucking up cat hair and dirt.
My concern is, why did you eat cotton candy out of a damn vacuum? No, Tyler would not eat it. No.
Funny. Oh, look who's with us.
Hey, Sage.
Howdy, Sage.
What's up, buddy? Sage is with us.
See, it depends on how you take your reasons. Who am I to fault people?
No.
Tyler, you would eat it for the kids.
Oh man, there was cat hair in there. There was yummy. Probably a little pee and
extra
poo.
protein. No.
Oh man. So what kind of Bubba files we got? Let's do a Bubba file before we go. What's going on with Bubba?
We have this one is really interesting. This I don't know how. This I actually looked into, and turns out it's Haktua. Yeah, it turns out this is legit. This one here I'm about to bring up. So archaeologists in Egypt, they were uncovering an ancient tomb.
Mm-hmm.
And they found a hieroglyph that looks very familiar. Very familiar. and that is one of the Egyptian high priest's daughter in this hieroglyph looks like Marge Simpson.
Yeah. I
If
actually
you
saw
want to bring that up, there's the article in the
Yes, sir.
question. Yeah.
That's before she found Homer.
So how long has a Simpsons been predicting the future then?
Look at the dress too.
The dress is green. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd really trip out. She had like the red necklace. Don't she have like a red necklace or something?
Red pearls. Yeah.
No, we don't want that. Yeah.
That's funny stuff.
Let's see. Do we have any backstory on this? The fairly accurate comparison was first shared on Reddit, sparking excitement and humor among many users. Many commented on the uncanny resemblance and joked about the possibility that Egypt predicted The Simpsons. While the depiction's resemblance of Marge Simpson is fascinating, experts believe it is more likely represents Toddy East herself, portrayed as she journeys to the afterlife. So this is about priestess Toddy East. There's the actual sarcophagus itself. The sarcophagus of Toddy East was discovered in early 2023 in Minya, approximately 27 miles, 44 kilometers south of El Ashmoun. Professor Gada Shalbi, the Deputy Minister of Tourism and Antiquities, and Dr. Mustafa Warzri were the ones who discovered it. They announced the discovery of the cemetery, which is where the sarcophagus was also found, which was full of tombs of high-ranking officials, powerful priests, and their treasures. So, yeah, there's the actual full sarcophagus right there.
Here's the hot take on that. Marge Simpson is actually a time traveler.
No, here's the hot take on that. That's actually supposed to be Lois from Family Guy.
And she has Fred Flintstone's feet.
Yeah, she's got some weird-ass feet there going on.
Yeah. Got some monkey toes going. Definitely.
She has 4. Wait a minute. She has 1. Oh, whoever drew her feet fucked up. She has 4 on one foot and 5 on the other.
I blame Matt Groening for that.
She's an Anunnaki. There you go.
Simpsons were predicting the future 3,500 years ago. Wow.
Yep, longest running series on TV.
Now, haven't they kind of proved that a lot of the Simpsons stuff has like been faked? But there is some things that are real, but there's other things that are out there that are like faked. You know, a lot of it, apparently. If you really like look into it, like some of it didn't really happen like they kind of showed. But I don't know. That's what I heard somebody say before. Like,
that's just really interesting that that's what they drew up in her sarcophagus.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's a coincidence, but that's a hell of a coincidence.
It is a very funny coincidence.
Yeah.
So, well, one more crazy thing maybe in the news. The world's tallest rideable bicycle just happened. Thank you very much for the Bubba files, Bubba. Yeah, we'll end the show with this. Even though we got lots of listeners right now, and we appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to take a look at the world's tallest bicycle. Let's see here if I can. Oh yeah, I got to add this back. There we go. All right. So,
wow.
The tower is above the ground. It was put together by 2 friends in France. So here's a video of it. Right after. Oh no, here we go. Putting it together. We're gonna cut this cheesy music off, but guys' names are Nicholas Byros and David Payu. I thought this was pretty cool.
Love that it has something Aya Ra-esque on it.
I mean, you could barely call that a bike, but it's a bike. It's got a frame and wheels. Oh yeah, it's got the Illuminati eye in the middle there. All-seeing eye.
Yeah,
Plus
I
it's
guess it
shaped like
is in a triangle, isn't it?
and it's
It
shaped
is,
like a
isn't it?
pyramid. Yeah. This guy's. Oh, he's got a safety thing on.
I would
I
hope
mean,
so.
what is that going to do for him?
All from 2.5 stories. Right.
All right, yeah. Go ahead, take off, dude.
Come on, dude.
Come on, he can't go.
Don't give up. This is your moment.
Oh shit!
That high.
Oh shit!
He's wobbling so hard you can tell.
Oh damn!
Yay! You rode your bike 8 feet. Yay!
Oh, now what's he gonna do? Then people better be running. 'Cause when he stops, what's he gonna do when he stops? Okay, is he gonna make it to the other thing? Oh, they're great. Look, he's running along with the safety line.
almost 25.5 feet.
I'll be damned. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is
Call
what
this Illuminati's inspired bike.
this is what the world's up to nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Well,
Hang on.
did you find it?
No, I didn't find the Plesiosaur video, but my brother sent me something. He said, "No, you're doing weird frequencies. Watch this. See what they think."
Okay. We got time.
This is. I've never heard of this. This is apparently. Well, it's a video of a UFO seen flying over Tehran, and it's actually very up.
Man, there's been a lot of crazy UFO videos coming out lately. We
Yeah.
don't know what to believe anymore. It's real or not because there's so many.
Let's see. I'm going to share this. See what you guys think. I can't tell if it's AI or if it's a prop or something like that.
Several different views of the same.
Yeah, apparently it's
one
by a lot of people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you see that happen, that's interesting. Of course, it could all be fake, but
If it stops and then makes a radical change of direction, then I might be convinced. Until then,
look at that, though.
You know,
that's pretty much something going on.
I can't tell if it's AI or if it's a, because this is the thing I hate modern age. You could use AI now to make this shit, and
yeah.
He says this was videotaped by a lot of people in Tehran, and whatever it was, he even said they even scrambled the Air Force to intercept it.
I mean, that matters when it's taken from all these angles like this. That's, it's a lot of work to fake all that, but it can also be just a drone or
something. I don't know.
Pretty intense though. Pretty.
Yeah.
The shots of it where they really shined in on the lights around it and stuff were pretty intense.
Yeah, when they focused on the bottom, there's not really much of a vent for there to be thrust down by fans.
There's one here I think that shows the bottom pretty well. Hang on, there it is.
Yeah. You see, there's not a lot of space where it looks like there could be, unless it's all mesh, which I guess it could be. But the fact that there's nothing obvious.
If it is real, who's inside that thing, and why don't they want us to know that they're up there? And why can't we figure out what's inside that thing? Like, why can't we I don't know, X-ray that thing. I mean, we can X-ray everything else. Why
I
can't
don't
we
know.
X-ray that and see if there's people inside that thing?
The thing is, for me, is like this video is so like that shot right there. It's so in depth. And I'm like, there's no fucking way anyone got a UFO image that clear. But you never know, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're
I have
getting
a
better
few
and better.
questions. One, why would they fly so low if it is real? And two, why didn't some fanatic try to shoot it out of the air? Just
And AI is getting better and better. Even the past year, AI animation creators have just stepped up the game, and like, what you could create only a year ago, so, when you went to create AI with text creator, where you just typed in what you wanted it to create for you, it would create stuff, but they would have little weird hands. You could always tell the hands were weird. Watch for that in videos. Like if you see some kind of an old video, of Bigfoot, or an old, picture of like Bigfoot standing next to a giant or something. Look
Yeah.
at their hands. Look real close at their hands. It's not good at doing hands. They get weird and they're bent out of shape, and one will be over here all weird, and they just don't look normal, But now it's mastering it, and it looks amazing when you do it now.
I mean, if all
you
we
can
know,
almost make your own
this
damn
could
movie with one of those.
I mean, this could have been just a group of friends finding different angles to take film of, empty sky.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
On the same night.
You put the AI in. It has to go through an editor in order to put the Forbidden Underbelly 2.0 on there in any of the writing. So it's possible they could have done that. That is an option they could have ran.
Yeah, I don't know. I could be. I mean, that's why I hate modern age, is because, like, you have something like this, which is like it's too good to be true. And it probably is too good to be true. So it's probably, like you said, a drone or AI. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
So, well, gentlemen, I guess that's the show. What did we learn tonight? We learned Terrence Howard is a maniac, possibly, or he's smarter than everyone else on the entire planet.
Yeah.
He really wanted that role in Iron Man 2.
Yes, he did. And we learned he actually, instead of being Tony Stark's sidekick, he became Tony Stark in real life. He's trying to. And Neil deGrasse's shut him down this past week hard, telling him his math just doesn't add up, buddy. Sorry. But, yeah. And what else did we learn? We learned the world's tallest bicycle was just invented, shaped like an Illuminati triangle with an eyeball. Seeing eye on the side, of course. Probably financed by the Illuminati also. And what else?
If you have an opinion, you can still be wrong.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. And admitting you're wrong makes you right. Think about that. No, but yeah. He had maybe some good ideas, man. And, it's worth checking out, though. Some of the things he's saying is pretty wild. So go check out that interview. I kind of wanted to spotlight the whole situation. Go watch deGrasse's response. His whole thing is 20 minutes long. It's pretty cool. So
Yeah. Hear both sides.
yeah, exactly.
If you want to make an opinion, make an opinion. If you don't.
Yeah. Let us know in the chat what you think about it.
If you're going to get into it a little bit, listen to both sides.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think. Go check it out. Let us know next week on the show. What do you think about old Terrence Howard? Is he crazy or is he the smartest man on the planet? So we want to know what you think. So, but thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you guys next week with more weird discoveries and science and frequencies and things like that. I'm still working on my ancient buildings and ancient technology presentation. I wasn't quite ready for you guys this week, but I promise next week. Tune in next week, man. We're gonna talk about ancient technology, and I'm gonna show you guys some incredible just buildings and structures on the planet that just were not built by men. I'm sorry. I mean, I think they were built by another race entirely. And I'll show you some things that maybe even were in the middle of being built and got stopped, and maybe during the big reset. And there's a lot of crazy, stuff out there I want to show you, and some cathedrals that are built exactly the same all over I got some really cool cathedrals I want to show you all over the world. They're built almost exactly the same, and the technology is just beyond what anything we could do with chisels and hammers. And so we're going to check out some of that stuff next week. So tune in next Sunday.
I can't wait for that one. I can't. That's my type of stuff right there.
That's going to be a good show.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I really have been working hard on, getting a nice slideshow to show. And, I don't want to steal a bunch of videos from a bunch of people, man. Just putting it together myself. So, yeah, it's going to be a good show. So, thank you, everybody, for coming. And, man,
do not make cotton candy from your vacuum, please.
Yeah, there's some. I missed a couple comments here at the end, though. I'm sorry.
Tyler, I still think that should be a fire sale for you.
Should not be a fire sale. Do not. I hate eating.
Oh, that's right. And Paula, don't forget. And per Kayla, we learned we can make cotton candy with our vacuum cleaner.
No, that's not how you make it.
Yes, that's right.
Cotton candy.
Someone tell Terrence Howard to go copyright that right now.
And also don't forget the egg. If you use fluoride and cover your egg with fluoride toothpaste, it'll turn transparent. We need to. Yeah. Maybe we should try that on next week's show. I mean, but it would take 24 hours. But maybe I don't know. I'll try it here at the house, and maybe I'll make a video or something.
We would need to have a bowl and probably a clock next to it.
Yeah.
Time.
So and the next day we will have to, and I'll try to do it 24 hours before the show.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I missed that part. What is it?
Well, you can cover an egg with toothpaste supposedly, and it'll turn clear. I can show it one more time, I guess, since we got it.
Stays yellow, but the white becomes clear, and the shell disappears, and it just becomes squishable, like a stress ball. Yeah, it's weird.
It sounds more believable than cotton candy from a vacuum cleaner.
Well,
I can't get over that. I'm sorry.
Is kind of believable because they did it right there.
Oh yeah, the cotton candy's legit.
Whether or not that was what they ate from the vacuum, that I don't know. But they made a stringy substance that looked like cotton candy.
See that? So he does it right here. He gets Colgate, squirts that baby, covers it.
I'm gonna do this for next episode then.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah, Adam, remind me to do this for the next episode. We have plenty of eggs.
You'll have to do it 24 hours before, though. And
I will.
And you can do the unveiling on the show. See?
Yeah.
Do this on the show. And you have to do that too with that countdown.
What do you pour on it?
Water.
Just water.
We're assuming it's water.
Look.
I guess it could be vinegar, something clear.
The shell has turned into this now. There you go.
I will do that for next episode while we're talking ancient histories before we log or ancient artifacts and all that stuff before we log off. I want to try that.
All right, and for anybody who missed how to make Jello with your vacuum cleaner,
Dump Jello all over the floor. Step 2: vacuum up the Jello.
That's an important step.
Look,
Yeah.
you can already see it starting to form.
look at how dirty that vacuum cleaner is right now. It's all dusty on the outside.
You are
It's so incredibly dirty before you do this.
I hate this person. You are not setting a trend. You are going to eat all the fingernails and the hair, skin,
yeah.
all that stuff.
Multiple toenails.
Shut off the vacuum
Look at
and enjoy.
No! You idiot!
Mmm, delicious.
Oh, that's great.
This is why we are doomed. We can't discover cures for cancer or, let's figure out a cure to create a way to create easier cotton candy.
That is why the aliens will always fly past.
Yeah, crunchy.
Yeah, you're right.
Ayla is right. Crunch.
We solved the answer to my question. What's going on? Why don't these people want us to know that they're in there?
The aliens in that video, that video, there's the UFO that my brother said, the UFO's cruising around. Do you sense anybody? No. Hang on, wait. A vacuum just turned on. Yep, someone made cotton candy. Turn around. Nope. Tyler does not do that next week. Tyler has too dirty of a floor and will not eat off the floor.
Yeah, you gotta do that on your show for a donation to charity. Yeah, don't let him forget that, Bubba. And you, all of you,
I'm counting on you, Bubba.
I hate that Bubba is on my show right now.
I will
all of you Best Damn Podcast people, don't let him forget this.
I know Sage is in there.
Yeah, Sage. Dude, you guys got to have him make that cotton candy and eat it on the show live. And, for charity. You probably raise some nice money for that, man. Doesn't that sound delicious, Tyler?
It does not sound delicious. Stop doing this.
How do you get yourself into these things, Tyler?
I don't know.
It just happens, kind of. It's like fate.
That's what it is.
Dude, this isn't even the same show, and
it's not.
You're still getting sucked in.
Skeletor, shut up! It's not extra protein.
Yeah, it is.
No, I literally got it today, and I've been fighting a dishwasher for 7 hours.
There's Carla.
Hey.
Dang, she looks all hot right there. Dang. Sorry. All right. Becky says she'd fall.
On that bike? Yeah, probably. So would I.
That bike was tall. Yeah, that looks scary, didn't it? I thought he was going to fall over on the people for sure. For sure. Chris says it's aliens. So there you go, everybody. So we're going to, make sure, please, that you guys pass that on to the Best Damn Podcast and tell everybody when they can watch the Best Damn Podcast so they can continue this adventure too. Tyler.
Guy, you are good. I hate you for this, Rob.
Somebody put up some links in the chat room.
Somebody's going to
please put some links in the chat room up to where people can find the next damn podcast.
All right. So we are broadcasting live every Wednesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Here is a link for our X now. We have an X. We also, of course, have our own YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Yep. We have, of course, a YouTube page that you can follow us on. You can subscribe there. We do live shows. Me, Bubba, all the boys. We're getting ready to do a new show coming up here very soon. Talking about video game news, stuff like that. And I've talked to Adam. I think, Adam, are you still wanting to come on for that one, the video game news show?
I'll come on. Yeah.
We just got to pick a date for it when nobody else is broadcasting. But as far as Facebook, can I find our Facebook? Because Facebook's been stupid lately. Here is a link to the Facebook page. So there's all three links. Like I said, we broadcast it's a free comedy show right out of the central Illinois area. We do a lot of stuff for charity. We do a lot of stuff for the kids at St. Jude's. Adam watches regularly. He's the king of the chat room. Come on by and have a good laugh with us. I know Rob dropped in several times.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, come on in and laugh with us. Good time.
Toto, we agree with you on this, buddy. He hasn't worked out all his equations quite yet, has he? He's trying, damn it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So awesome, man. Well, thanks so much for listening, everybody, and check out the next episode of the Best Damn Podcast and see if Tyler's going to eat some funky ass cotton candy for charity.
Homemade cotton candy.
Yeah, and the bad thing is for Tyler is that it's for charity. So
yeah,
he kind of has to do it. No, I'm just playing. No, but when
you say you're playing, but I'm sure Tim Gibbons is just like, well, come to think of it,
when you guys come up with
Joe. They need to get you 3 flavors of Jell-O or generic Jell-O, so you can have rainbow.
Oh yeah.
Just figure out a number that you would do it for,
and it's got to be
if you
an
get
old,
it
dirty, beat up
guess
vacuum
what?
cleaner.
You get some cotton candy.
You know what? Thanks, Rob. Thanks. I just got a message from Tim. I just got a message from Tim.
Yeah.
Tim's taking a break from the show, but Tim just said, by the way, I wrote that whole thing down. That's a great idea. Thanks, Rob. Thanks.
Way to go.
Yes.
Way
There
to
we
go.
go. The story continues on, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the
Just
next
remember, Tyler, for the kids.
cotton candy vacuum cleaner action. We need someone needs to donate an old funky beat up vacuum cleaner too. Wouldn't it just like the one in the video?
I think that was a modern one, but no.
Too funny. All right, man. So make sure you tune into the world's best podcast. The Best Damn Podcast, I mean, definitely. And tune in next week. We'll let you know what's happened, and maybe we can show some scenes from it, possibly, hopefully.
We do have to get 2 fire sales going before
so
so
we'll catch you guys up next Sunday for sure. But otherwise, please tune in next Sunday for the ancient buildings and ancient technology that we're going to talk about. So, but you guys have a good night.
The fluoride egg.
And the fluoride aid. I'll remind you too. Help me out, Adam. We got everybody.
Yeah.
We got to remind Tyler the day before to do the eggs, and so we got to see if that's real and do the reveal on the show. So, super cool. You'll have to go out and find that kind of, that same toothpaste possibly.
Colgate, wasn't it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Colgate something.
Whitening.
Colgate whitening.
It was something. Yeah, we got to get the right chemical combination.
Or all else fails, we could share the video in the chat.
Yeah. It's on my Facebook page. It's right on the front of my Facebook page. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I'll share it too in the chat. So, let's see. I could do that right now. Hopefully, let's see.
Whoa. Okay, I just looked at your Facebook page. If that's part of the whole ancient civilizations thing you're talking about next week, I'm fucking excited.
Yeah, it definitely
I just saw
is.
one of those videos. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I found it. It's Crest Scope, it looks like.
Is that what they used in the original? Because they used Colgate in the second guy's part.
Maybe it's just any type of toothpaste. It doesn't matter. Yeah, he uses Colgate.
Yeah. So find one or the other.
There we go.
I guess. Get a travel size or something.
Yeah.
Or 2.
There's the Colgate guy, and then where is the vacuum cleaner candy? There we go. We'll post that too for just so they know what we're talking about. There we go. Boom. All right, vacuum cleaner cotton candy. This is important stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Usually we're talking about religion and or the beginning of, creation or ghosts or Bigfoot or something. But there you go. It's Jello.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cotton candy. So, all right, man. Adam, Tyler, thank you guys.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here as always. And you guys have been holding down the show every week and doing an incredible job. I watch every week and it's awesome. So thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome, brother.
Yeah, when I couldn't be here, it breaks my heart. So, but I love that you guys are here to keep it going. So thank you.
Try our best.
Oh yeah, you do. Everyone's still here, right? They haven't left us, right? So
Yep.
there you go. Yeah. So we appreciate it. Thanks for listening, everybody. And Bubba, thank you so much for the Bubba Files. And everybody have a good night. Love you all.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
Got a hot cool that thing. Spit on that thing.
And make sure you watch for Tyler and his cotton candy.
Oh, I can't believe you did this.